Hey everyone, it's Jack and Ross from Cultaholic.com. It's Friday morn.
That Friday feeling, Jack.
That Friday feeling. I'm so excited for the weekend.
Same.
We might be going to a WWE house show. Woohoo!
With a match, by the way, consisting of Mojo Rawley versus Titus O'Neil. It's 2019, everybody.
That's the one I'm most looking forward to, genuinely. Yeah, really looking forward. But we have that was the biggest news, obviously, but we've got some more wrestling news to look at, so let's take a look at all of the headlines. First of all, Lars Sullivan has released a statement with regard to his controversial comments online recently. Next up, we take a look at the reports regarding an upcoming AEW TV deal. And finally, some updates on the futures of two key WWE superstars. So, first of all, yesterday we did report on the whole Lars Sullivan story that's been doing the rounds because some really controversial comments were sort of resurfaced again that he'd posted on a bodybuilding forum back in the day. And it's some pretty nasty stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
He has issued a statement in the wake of increasing public awareness of what he said, especially after some of his fellow roster members commented, like Big E did that tweet where he said...
They know.
Yeah, many are aware. If true, he has to bear the albatross of being a bigot and working for a company that is now filled with minorities. Which is fair play to Big E, because, like, usually...
It's a very measured stance to take, but also a very threatening one.
Yes, it is. I think that sums up Big E generally. Now, Wrestling Inc. have said that they were issued this response from Sullivan, but other sites have said that WWE have released a statement from Sullivan, so I'm not quite sure which one's true. But either way, it reads the same both ways. It's the same quote. So his response is, "There is no excuse for the inappropriate remarks that I made years ago. They do not reflect my personal beliefs nor who I am today, and I apologise to anyone I offended." Very interesting, because as we pointed out yesterday, this wasn't a case of like where some wrestlers have been caught saying something stupid when they were 15. You know, he was comfortably an adult when this
25, wasn't he?
He was in his mid-20s, and
I know some of them were 11 years ago, but some of them were as recent as 2013.
When he'd been signed, apparently.
Yeah.
He was signed in... I didn't realise he was signed that long ago.
Yeah.
And he spent some time in developmental. But then again, what else could he have said, really, apart from, yeah, it was wrong?
I mean, there's nothing more he could do at this stage. WWE must have taken some action behind the scenes that they're not going to release, surely.
Yeah,
you would think
you'd
so.
Hope so, yeah.
You would hope a few classroom sessions would be had going, Lars, this is bad, this is bad, and this is bad. And Lars would go, yes, they are bad. But he's done that. Fair enough, I guess. I don't know what else he could do.
No, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
There seems to be some sort of weird thing going on in WWE where certain things that to us seem more worthy of punishment aren't punished, whereas other things that seem relatively minor compared to that are more heavily punished.
Are you hitting that wrestling etiquette is more serious offence than bigotry?
No, that's not my personal belief. I just think that maybe some people think that.
That's what I mean. I just can't believe that something hasn't happened behind the scenes to Lars.
Right.
When we're reading all this stuff about Leo Rush. That's what we're hitting
But then
here.
Leo Rush has been taken off TV. Sasha Banks has been taken off TV. The one I compared it to yesterday with Adam was the Titus O'Neil thing. He got so severely punished for doing that.
A little tug
to Vince.
A little tug to Vince.
But Sullivan hasn't been taken off the road. Sasha, of course, hasn't travelled over to Europe. They're currently on their UK and Europe sort of tour. But Lars is still working SmackDown live events and appeared at a live event last night in Dublin, and interfered in 2 matches. So he's still quite heavily involved, including one involving Kofi Kingston.
Just keep your snotty nose clean, that's all you can say to the guy now.
I guess so. Next up, actually, before we move on, I just think we need to mention Big E's tweets to Becky Lynch's about Becky Lynch's mum.
Does she want to ride, Jack?
I don't know.
Strap some pedals to the side of Big E, Mrs. Lynch, and have a good old ride.
That's what Becky said. She says that if you wear some if you strap some pedals on, she'll give you a ride. And also at one point, if you don't know, Big E's been relentlessly flirting with Becky Lynch's mum.
But through Becky Lynch?
Via Becky Lynch.
Not by the mum.
Oh, but Becky's
it's
been...
It's riveting stuff.
Do you see Becky saying, as long as I don't become Becky Langston because of this?
I mean, she is a foxy lady. Let's call her spade a spade here. And that spade is a foxy lady.
Becky's mother?
Yeah.
Oh, she looks like a fantastic woman. But Big E's been eager to point that out. Eager and frequent.
He's mentioned as well he's got a lot of spare time at the minute, so he can't fly over to America today. So...
Oh, because he's...
to Ireland today from America because he's obviously injured, yeah. So if we see reports of Big E in Ireland, we know what he's up to. And all the best to him.
Now on to slightly more serious news. All Elite Wrestling's TV deal. This has been flying about all over the place. There's been reports on various websites, and I'm struggling to work out where the source is, but I think this update comes courtesy of The Wrap, who reported that the current plan is for All Elite Wrestling and Warner Media to announce a partnership as early as maybe even next week. Not that the TV show would start next week, obviously, but that's when the announcement could take place because that's when Warner Media's television upfronts are at Madison Square Garden. Now, apparently, All Elite will, this is according to speculation and what's hinted up in the report, All Elite will be airing a weekly television show on TNT, so Turner. It's all coming back. It's the Monday Night Wars. Yeah. Starting this fall. Then there's been some further reports of a schedule. I think via The Observer, it was reported as early as this January that All Elite were in negotiations for a TV deal. Now, this confused me because the wording of the Observer piece seemed to suggest that these two upcoming events, not Double or Nothing, the two ones beyond that, Fight for the Fallen and Kenny Omega's Fighter Fest, they wouldn't be. They seem to suggest they'd be house shows, I think.
They're not, though.
No. Well, they've been promoted
like proper pay-per-view events. Tickets are on sale, this, that, and the other.
Maybe it was the wording of the sentence. Maybe it just meant these will be taking place and some house shows as well. That would make more sense to me because Fighter Fest and Fight for the Fallen, they seem to be like proper, actual, like Double or Nothing.
Big events,
yeah. But then after that, in the sort of autumn, if you're English, then that seems to be when the TV deal.
Now, they would be very smart to debut that show if it is going to happen in the autumn on the Tuesday before the Friday SmackDown starts.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Yes, because think of all the people who won't include in.
Yeah.
The SmackDown changing, they'll be like, SmackDown looks different.
Let's Google wrestling on a Tuesday. Oh, what's that AEW thing? Tuesday Night Titans. I think it's going to be called.
Tuesday Night Dynamite.
Tuesday Night Dynamite.
Yes.
Tuesday Night Titans is something different, isn't it?
I don't know. Okay. Well, it's exciting times, I think. I just hope that they pick up steam with these monthly shows before heading into a TV deal, because it would be a shame if they didn't build as much hype as they thought they were going to, and then the TV deal got off to it.
I'm just ready for some wrestling action, me. I'm sick of all the talk and innuendo and rumour and all that malarkey when it comes to AEW. Just want to see some in-ring combat.
Just want to see Pac kick Hangman Page's ass. Yeah.
Come on.
Next up, sad news for Luke Harper fans and for Luke Harper himself. I feel bad for him.
I'm angry, mate.
You're angry?
Angry. If this is true, what we're about to talk about here, it's an absolute disgrace.
So, according to The Observer, Luke Harper asked Vince McMahon if he could be released from his contract.
No!
You'll never guess what was said. Vince told him, well, he said, could he be released from his contract in November? He didn't go, I want to be released now. He said, I'll...
Because that's when his contract was up. But then they went, oh, you were injured for after SummerSlam until recently. Let's add those 6 months onto the end.
Right.
So you're still contracted until next summer.
So he said, could I be released from his contract in November? And Vince didn't say no. He said, take it up with Triple H. And then Triple H didn't respond.
That's a disgrace, that.
Seems a bit
I thought
awkward.
Triple H was supposed to be some sort of Princess Diana of professional wrestling.
I know, I thought he was
nice
the
person.
nice one.
Yeah, the one who understood what wrestling was about and was wholesome and pure. But no, he's just as big of a dick as Vince, apparently.
No, I reckon if Triple H had more say.
I reckon Vince hasn't told Triple H.
Yes, I think it seems, because Triple H he'd want to get Harper on NXT or something.
Surely you would.
Yeah.
As a main event if you're there, right there.
Absolutely. And they've brought Killian Dane back down, so they're not averse to it. But no, then they added the 6 months to the contract, which means that apparently he'll be paid to sit at home, as we've seen happen with the likes of Neville before, and he's been given no future bookings, but also they won't let him out of his contract, so he's just locked in until around WrestleMania 36. Oh,
it was Harper. I was watching. Do you remember that thing they did on the YouTube channel where it was behind I forget what the series is called, but it was Luke Harper outside the ring, he's and whatnot with his kid, and he's just talking about how much he loves wrestling and loves doing the wrestling inside the wrestling ring. Now you look at this, he's been shackled, he's a prisoner, and he can't get out, and it's heartbreaking. I don't understand it though, because they were Luke was what brand am I going to be on in part of the Superstar shake-up? And they're like, neither. He's like, oh, can I be released since he's not going to use me? And they went, no. It's like, well...
It's a bit unfair. I mean, he's not... If this was most people, I'd think, well, you know what, they can take a year off, hit the gym loads, and then come out onto the indie scene.
He did that though.
I know. But now he's not the youngest.
Yeah, I think he's 39 years old.
Is he? Oh.
But still, it's you look at the age of AJ Styles and people like that, and
that's very true.
Modern technologies and medicines and whatnot have people going for longer, don't they?
That's true. So there's still, I've got no doubt that if he loves wrestling as much as he seems to, that he will sit out his contract, and then we'll see him.
It was heartbreaking to see him on Tyler Breeze and Xavier Woods' thing.
On Battle of the Brands.
Because could I get booked here? And they both started laughing.
On GM mode.
They all know, don't they?
And his kids were there as well.
Yeah.
Ah, it's sad. Next up, a little further update on the future of Kurt Angle, because we recently did report that he is going to be moving into a backstage role with WWE, more of an off-screen type thing. That is apparently a 5-year contract. Very nice for Kurt.
He also mentioned that he might appear occasionally on screen as a manager.
Okay.
Chad Gable, do it.
Yes. Or Jason Jordan. No, Chad Gable. But yes, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Angle is currently training to become a producer, otherwise known, I guess, on
agent.
The indie scenes as a road agent.
The man who puts the match together.
Yeah. He's shadowing the producers right now and learning the different aspects of the job. And then in an interview earlier with Wrestling Inc., he said, I'm going to help the wrestlers with their technique. I'm going to help them structure their matches. It's slightly blowing his trumpet. It's something I'm very good at, although he is one of the best ever. So
yeah.
I thought I'd be able to contribute to the company in that role.
I hope he teaches them all how to kick out at 2 3/4.
Just as
nobody's better at late kick out than Kurt Angle.
Yeah. So, do you ever think sometimes he left it a fraction too late?
That was the majesty of it all.
And he wasn't one for looking at the referee either, I don't think.
You see some people with their eyes open, but he was just had a feel for it, didn't he?
He was great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still don't know how I feel about his retirement, as in losing to Baron Corbin in the way he did.
It's building towards something bigger. It looks like, because Corbin, if you missed Raw this week, Corbin pinned the current Universal Champion. It looks like it's building to something bigger for Baron Corbin. So in terms of that, it makes sense. But Cena was in the building, wasn't he?
Yeah, he could have just nipped out again.
Yeah.
He was getting drunk last year in the crowd.
We should get over it.
I know.
But yeah, if you can't ask for anybody better, you lose Arn Anderson, you gain Kurt Angle.
That's very
Quite
true.
A good trade, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, to be fair. Best of luck to Kurt in his new role. And finally, I'm very excited for this. An advert that aired during this week's NXT UK announced that there's going to be, when I say network special, I don't mean a show. Like one of the documentaries they put out on the network, there's going to be one of those called Creation and Destruction.
Stop there, that's an interesting title.
It is?
For Triple H?
Yeah.
Creation of all the stars and then Vince McMahon. Destruction.
Creation and Destruction, Triple H's road to WrestleMania. And it's going to premiere on the WWE Network after the next NXT TakeOver on June the 1st, which is, of course, TakeOver 25, because...
There's been 24 of them so far.
Yes.
And this is the 25th.
Unless you count a rival, but then they don't seem to be counting a rival.
Do they not?
No.
Well, that's a bit weird.
In fairness, when I wrote the big ranking every NXT TakeOver, I also left off a rival.
Oh, fair
I got
enough.
a bit of flack from it in the comments, though, because everyone was like, a rival was good. And it was good.
It was good.
The trailer includes clips that were previously uploaded to YouTube as part of Triple H's Road to WrestleMania 35 video diary, so I assume it's going to be about balancing the running of NXT, getting ready for the animal Batista at WrestleMania.
And being a dad and a husband.
Yeah, because on the graphic for it, you've got the logo in the middle, and then you've got two on either side, two Triple H's, one in a suit and one ready to go. So I think it's going to be about that.
I hope that interview's on. Do you see it on the YouTube channel where he's having his lunch and he's clearly annoyed that someone's asking him, what's your diet been like for WrestleMania, Triple H? And he's just sat there going, it's been canny. It's just like 3 minutes of that. It's very, very awkward and also fantastic.
Excellent. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be... it should be either really good or unintentionally funny in parts as well.
I hope it's like David Brent. Imagine Triple H is David Brent.
I'd quite like that.
But it's one of the last things. Well, no, not one of the last things. But the network's getting restructured, isn't it, towards the end of the year?
Oh yeah, but how?
I don't know.
There's
going to be download for watching offline. That's going to be available. There's going to be a new platform used to hopefully a new player where you can just it's easier to move about and stuff.
Hopefully.
That's annoying.
Because I feel like the network's long overdue a bit of an update.
Oh, yes.
Especially the search function.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the search function's terrible.
Why does the WrestleMania one not work?
Yeah.
You have to go through all the clicky buttons rather than just typing in WrestleMania for some reason. Sort it out, man.
Yeah. That's the moral to take away from today's news video. Thanks very much for watching.
Bye.
And we'll catch you in a bit. Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments section down below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic and on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, then please do check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can pledge. And don't forget, of course, most importantly of all, to hit subscribe and to join us.